So let's first go to my GitHub page. Here's some information about how to install everything and set it up. And first we need to install Docker. Look at the repository. Yeah, I need to input my password. I just wrote a script to fast install Docker on your machine. Actually, I already had Docker installed, so I just manually removed it and reinstalled it just for demonstration. But if you already have Docker installed, you don't need to run this script. It's just for someone who doesn't have Docker on the machine. So it will take a while because the network connection in my room is quite bad, so I need to wait for quite a while. But if you do it on a server, it's gonna be really fast. Just sit back and wait for it. So here we go. It's nearly finished. And actually I have a method of testing which is simply running hello world, the simplest Docker image. So now I'm gonna actually run the program because I already have the image installed on my computer, so pulled on my computer I should say, so don't need to put it again. I first cd into my working directory, and you can see the Oliver Nye Hadoop 271.131 is already there, so actually you can skip the second part and go to run directly. So what we need is custom.sh, but there's a directory named also after just for simplification, and so the user needs to specify which MapReduce or any other kind of program he wants to run, and the corresponding command to run it in this file, which is called test.sh.sh. Well, don't ask me why I gave a strange name to it. It's kind of, secret during my development. So here we go. Just one simple command, and I'll use the default setting, which is 3. Well, some warning or error messages will be shown because I will force the execution of some Docker remove commands to remove previous Docker images with same names as I defined here to run. But at the very beginning you don't have any images running, so yeah, Docker will report to you, well, I don't have those kind of images, just ignore them. And yeah, here actually you can see the resource usage on my computer. I already stated you need at least 8 GB total RAM to try it, because Hadoop is MapReduce with Yarn is kind of resource consuming, so you need to pay attention to that. I'll demonstrate to you later why I set the threshold to be 8. And actually we can see the cluster from the browser, but I'll just show you now the job is running. I will take quite a while to finish because I've just got 8 GB RAM on my computer. I'm doing the demo on my Mac, but actually all the testing and stuff was done in my company, on the server with 32 GB RAM. So it's, well, a huge difference. You can see the free memory is going down sharply because the resource manager is kind of allocating containers and stuff to run the MapReduce job, and it will go all the way down until we see anything happens. So I just keep rolling, keep inspecting the free space, and now see the free space is going up again, and now MapReduce actually starts, and we'll stuck there like for another while. But don't worry. Let's go to the browser to see like my cluster. This 8088 is actually the page, the port exposed for the YARN framework, so I can see from the resource manager's perspective what is happening in the cluster. So here we go. You can see the job is already running. You can see the progress, and if I click the nodes, you can see actually we have 2 slaves because I've got 3 nodes in total, so 1 master and 2 slaves. Now we can go to 5070. Is the page for HDFS, and we can see both data nodes are healthy and running. So now it's 47%. We still need quite a while. Just sit back and relax and see the boring changes of free memory. It's not bad. We've still got 2 GB or so like available most of the time. Yeah, now you can see actually MapReduce can run simultaneously, and yeah, it will still take 20 seconds to go. Here we go. So what the program does is actually it calculates the value of pi. Well, it's not so accurate, but just for demonstration. The default settings. I'll change it to like the number of nodes to 4. So now I've got 1 master and 3 nodes, 3 slaves, which will be a little bit more resource consuming because you need more communication among the nodes. And so let's see what's happening here. So basically I'll stop all the services previously running on those nodes, and then stop the containers and start new containers. I've already set up passwordless SSH like a master container, so I don't need to input any passwords. So here we go. Same story. Same story here. You can see I've got 1 more node running. Again, I've got only 8 GB of RAM on my computer, so it's quite slow. You can skip part of the video, just see the result. It should be the same with the first one, but what is interesting is actually the use of memory. You can see why I set 8 GB to be the minimum, the very minimum of memory, on the host. So the job should be up and running. Yeah, here I've got map 0%, reduce 0, but the amount of free memory space is going down rapidly, really rapidly. It's like 200 M per second. Now it already goes, well, it will go below 2 GB, which is kind of dangerous because this MapReduce is not the only program running on my computer. So I need to, kind of sacrifice my Google Chrome. I need to close it to spare more memory. But you can see it's still going down. Still going down, all the way down. But I can guarantee you that the job is running. It's actually running, but the resource manager is what it does right now is allocating space for like the containers, which in turn run on different nodes, namely node managers. Yeah, and we see the memory going up, then the MapReduce is gonna work. So actually this is kind of a very, very good property of Docker, which is it doesn't sacrifice, the resource level of your host, because just imagine if you've got a host with only 8 GB memory and you run 4 virtual machines on it with Hadoop running, on this cluster, it's gonna be a disaster. But if I got 4 Docker containers, it just works fine. Well, a bit slow, but it's okay. It's still okay. It works. And everything is automatic. I've done everything for you, so don't need to worry about it. Just see the miracle happen, and bingo.